We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
Foreseen footage of Cent Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me.
This should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah.
One thing nobody wants in this life is smoke with 50 Cent, because Curtis moves like a man on a mission. He's out here proving that if you're not dropping a full documentary on the person you can't stand and exposing every angle of their downfall, then you're not even hating at max level. This dude has been stacking receipts on Diddy for almost 20 years, just chilling in the shadows and plotting like a mastermind, waiting for the perfect time to strike. And now that time finally hit, because 50's Diddy documentary just dropped, and it's wild how he somehow pulled footage from Diddy's last days as a free man. This is the moment 50 been training for since the mixtape era, and he's soaking up every second like it's championship night. Meanwhile, Diddy's locked up and can't do a thing about this documentary, and word is he's losing it behind those prison walls. He's yelling at his lawyers, and they rushed out a statement calling the documentary illegal and even tried to pressure Netflix into taking it down. Meanwhile, 50 is over here low-key laughing because he knows those Netflix checks got his name written all over them, and he knows people either love him or can't stand him. This man turned beef into a full-blown business model, and he does it better than anyone. Honestly, maybe Diddy should have never tried to take 50 shopping back in the day, because ever since then, 50 kept his Timbs pressed on that man's neck like he was never letting up.
Sean Combs watches this. What do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
Now, 50 has teamed up with director Alexandra Stapleton for a 4-part documentary series called Sean Combs: The Reckoning. And this thing is packed with never-before-seen footage from right before Diddy's arrest in New York City back in September 2024. The series dropped on Netflix on December 2nd, and it shows exclusive clips of Diddy on the phone arguing with his lawyers, demanding they come up with a plan and telling them to find someone who knows how to deal with the dirtiest business.
Y'all, Curtis Jackson, there is nobody in this world pettier than Curtis.
That alone tells you he knew things were getting dangerous for him. You can practically feel the stress jumping through the screen.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Diddy was scrambling, reaching for any strategy he could, throwing options all over the place, trying to find a way to hold his situation together.
Strategy.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
Then there's another moment in the documentary where Diddy is out in Harlem doing that whole man of the people routine, trying to look calm and collected while everything around him is falling apart. He's out there hugging people, shaking hands, acting like the hometown hero. But the second he gets in his car, he instantly asks for a bottle of hand sanitizer. And according to 50, that moment exposes Diddy's whole strategy. The mask on, mask off routine where he pretends he's for the people, then snaps right back into a completely different attitude once he's in his own space.
Public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away.
Got
in the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. It should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of a camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on.
When 50 got asked if this documentary is just his way of airing out an old grudge, he shut that down and said his real goal is to show that the hip-hop world does not co-sign Diddy's behavior.
That hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
And then he slid in some shade at the industry names who are staying silent through everything, acting like they don't see anything happening even though it's front page news. And honestly, 50 isn't wrong here. He's not exposing Diddy or reporting anything new. Diddy already exposed himself during the trial. There's nothing in this documentary that goes beyond what people already heard in court, and since Diddy has already been sentenced, nothing in this doc changes his situation at all. But what 50 is shining a light on is the industry's selective silence. His whole point is that when everyone refuses to speak up, it makes it look like the hip-hop community is totally fine with this kind of harmful behavior, and that's the part he's calling out loud and clear. People can say whatever they want about 50, that he's petty, vindictive, or even immature. And sure, he can be all that, but he's never had any disturbing cases tied to him, and he's never been caught talking to anyone underage. Meanwhile, a lot of the rappers and moguls who spent decades hanging around Diddy are staying silent, and many folks think it's because they've got their own situations they don't want dragged back into the spotlight. And listen, 50 can swear up and down that none of this is personal, but if you know how he moves, you already know it always hits personal for him. This man treats grudges like vintage wine. The longer he holds on to them, the stronger they get, and once someone ends up on his bad side, there's no return trip. So yeah, this is personal for 50. No question about it, but at the same time, he really does deserve credit for being one of the few industry figures who openly questioned Diddy's behavior long before the world caught on. So is 50 enjoying himself right now? Absolutely. But can anybody really blame him? Years ago, when he talked about Diddy inviting men on shopping trips, people rolled their eyes and called him a hater, said he was doing too much, claimed he was just obsessed. Then a lot of the things 50 hinted at years back started showing up in real reports, and suddenly everyone started paying attention. So of course he's soaking up this moment right now. And just look at how he reacted when someone asked him what he thinks Diddy's response will be after seeing the documentary. Curtis knows Diddy would lose his cool the second he hears about it. And sure enough, he didn't have to wait long to see that reaction blow up. According to CNN, Diddy's lawyers already hit Netflix with a cease and desist, claiming 50's docuseries is using footage that was stolen and never approved for release. In a statement to CNN, Diddy's spokesperson Judah Engelmeyer called the whole series a shameful hit piece and accused Netflix of pushing material that was never cleared by Diddy's camp. And here's a wild little detail. Judah Engelmeyer used to be Harvey Weinstein's spokesperson before joining Diddy's team. That connection alone had people talking. Anyway, Judah told CNN that Diddy has been recording himself for decades, building a massive archive for a documentary he planned to release one day, and he claimed the clips shown in 50's series were originally meant for Diddy's own project. Judah even said Sean was making his own documentary since he was 19 years old. This footage was commissioned as part of it, trying to paint the whole situation like Netflix snatched personal material that was never meant to see daylight. But Netflix wasn't having it, and they clapped back fast. A spokesperson told CNN that director Alexandra Stapleton obtained every piece of footage legally, shutting down the stolen footage accusations right on the spot. Still, Diddy's team is heated, and their cease and desist letter makes it clear they're ready to fight this thing tooth and nail. Diddy's lawyers turned up the heat in their cease and desist, warning Netflix that they're ready to take things even further. They wrote, "As you are undoubtedly aware, Mr. Combs has not hesitated to take legal action against media entities and others who violate his rights, and he will not hesitate to do so against Netflix." They also added that it was staggering that Netflix agreed to work with 50 Cent at all, calling him a longtime adversary with a personal vendetta who they claim has spent years speaking negatively about Mr. Combs. But vendetta or not, 50 is enjoying every second of this spotlight, and he's still trolling Diddy on Instagram like it's a sport. He even posted a clip from his Good Morning America interview where they asked him about the feud, and he added a caption saying, "One feud. I put 2 of his kids in my scripted TV shows I just didn't like. He said fruity-ish to me. I don't like that." Meanwhile, Diddy is facing his situation behind bars, and there isn't much he can do about this documentary or the public conversation surrounding it, which only fuels 50's confidence even more. Now, some people online are calling out 50, saying he should have considered how this documentary would emotionally impact Diddy's family, especially his daughters, since they're navigating the fallout too. Critics argue that they didn't choose any of this and shouldn't have to deal with seeing their family situation turned into a global spectacle. But others say 50 didn't create the circumstances. He just documented what was already coming to light, and the responsibility for the impact lies elsewhere. But let's keep it honest for a second. Diddy didn't seem to worry about how his choices would affect his own kids while everything was happening, and he definitely wasn't thinking about anyone else's family either. If things had been handled the right way from day one, he would be home with his kids right now instead of dealing with all this fallout. You can't throw a rock and then act like your hands are clean. Now I want to know what you think about this documentary. Did you already jump into it, or are you planning to watch it this weekend? And what's your take? Is 50 going overboard and being petty, or is he one of the only people in the industry with enough backbone to say things exactly how they are? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is getting real. And before you bounce, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment to keep this channel growing. Your support keeps these deep dives coming.